What up, Misfits? Welcome to the DC as Fuck Show, the drinking show with a podcast problem. Sorry. I thought I had my papers ready, y'all. This is what happens when you're live and direct. It's all good.
This is usually me that does that.
It's all good. Yeah, so on this show, we'll offer you guys an insider's guide into what truly makes DC tick, the real behind-the-scenes shit that happens behind the curtain, the raw, the uncut version of life in our great city of DC, told by us before someone else tells it for us. We make no excuses for any of our actions once this show begins. On this week's show, we will discuss the usual antics of Scrotus and as well as missionaries in places where they should not be, and Bulgarian pranksters. Also featured tonight is our guest, Caitlin Schiavone. She's going to talk to us about craft beer and animal preservation and such. And I'm doing a terrible job, so I'm going to hand this off to our host, the pasteurized chef, Marcus Donovan. Take it away.
Welcome to the DC as Fuck Show.
Worst intro ever.
Wow. That's usually what I do. So let's just hold on. Let's just start. You just give him a shot. Here, this is one.
It's already in front of him, bro.
I'm sorry, Planet Earth.
Here, I'm gonna just do a shot with you because that was bad.
I did mine already.
Wow.
Oh, wait, here, take that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Earth.
So normally we don't start with this many fucking shots. You owe me one.
I fucked up.
You totally fucked up. All right, I'm Marcus Bradley Donovan, the pasteurized chef. Boo tried to introduce this show pretty well. But he didn't.
Not very well.
He tried. It was a good fucking effort. It was definitely a good effort.
It was a poor effort.
No. You give him A for effort. It was a poor execution.
If you say so, Valerie Torres on Facebook.
I definitely did not stick the landing.
That's who I am on Facebook.
All right, so let's get to our sponsors. We actually have a new sponsor this week. Well, let's start with the old Boo. Go. Try to nail this one.
So, our sponsors are Chuck Levins, a.k.a. Washington Music Center, Heartcast Media, and DC as Fuck.
And we have a new sponsorship, Boo.
Oh, actually, no. Val's going to talk about our new sponsor.
You got the beautiful
Val,
voice.
come on down.
Val Torres on Facebook.
Take it away, Val.
Our very first main sponsor.
Shout out.
Shout out to St. Arnold's. They have 3 different locations. St. Arnold's on Jefferson, St. Arnold's in Cleveland Park, and Tiber Beer House. They are our main sponsor for the month of December. Starting now, even though it's not December yet.
Oh, my God.
You talking about Boo did a
Boo,
bad
that was
job.
fucking horrible.
Dude,
Get another shot.
we are hitting the ground limping.
Do the shot.
Speaking of sponsors, if you are interested in being a sponsor for the show, feel free to hit us up on our Facebook page.
And if you know me, just fucking text me and I'll give you information. So St. Arnold's, let's talk about them briefly for a second. There's 3 locations. Muscle Bar, yes?
They're both... Sorry, the 2 St. Arnold's are muscle bars.
Which their muscles there are really good. I worked at a muscle bar for many years, and I can give them some props. They do some good shit there.
They do.
The broths are really good. Bread's really good. And they have another menu that's actually tasty as well.
Yes. We have a lot of different promotions that happen at St. Arnold's, different events that we'd like to promote a little bit.
So give us a brief little rundown of what they got going on this week.
This week, we have on Wednesday nights at the Cleveland Park location, we have trivia night on Wednesday night, 7:30.
I am so glad this is the test run. Jesus Christ.
Listen.
We're fucking live here, bro.
Like, as in, like, they ain't paying yet because it ain't December yet. Cause we got to do better, guys. Like,
All right.
I mean,
Carry
it's
on.
our first time.
Carry on.
We didn't practice this in the opening.
No.
we did not.
Thursday night, St. Arnold's is starting comedy night at the Cleveland Park location. We also have a comedy night on Wednesday nights,
Which is a really good show. It's been it's pretty popular. A lot of people go there. It's a good time. Gabe does a really good job.
Gabriel Russ
does a really good job of promoting it.
Yep.
And he's doing Thursday night as well.
He does Wednesday night. We do Wednesday night at Jefferson.
Okay, which is
At
DuPont Circle.
10:30, and then Thursday nights will be at 7:00. Also organized by Gabriel Ross.
Right on. Hashtag Gabriel.
Friday nights we have family happy hour in the Abbey.
Explain family hour happy hour.
The Abbey's really cool.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard
trivia-
great things about this place. I've yet to see it.
So the trivia, comedy night, and the family happy hour all happen in the Abbey. It's the downstairs location in Cleveland Park. It's very dark and cool.
I love it.
It's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
I had
So
no idea it existed.
I know. Oh, that's right. You took pictures of me there. Family happy hour on Friday nights. It's from 5 to 7. Nope, I lied. 5 to 9. And anyone with a child can get a free kids meal with an adult entree.
Right on.
All
right, let's go. All right, let's get on to...
We'll be promoting more and more of St. Arnold's events as the show goes on.
And we have the lower third, too, so you can see a lot of the specials coming on. And we'll actually post it on our Facebook pages and so on and so forth. I am the host, Marcus Bradley Donovan, co-host Boo Dixon, Valerie Torres, Jamie...
As our bartender this evening. We're bringing back the bartender position. For those of you who have been with us since the beginning, we used to have the bartender as a regular. That's how I started.
That is how you started.
I started as the bartender.
You started with a game of fuckery.
And yes, and here, and look at me now.
Have you been for the game of fuckery?
I have not been here for the game of fuckery.
So me, Tracy, and Boo, this was my fucking brilliant idea. You were there, yes? Of course you were there. You fucking every show. I got 64 shot glasses. Filled them up with clear... tequila, vodka, water, and rum.
Was it that El Salvadorian tequila shit?
It was worse. It was worse.
It didn't even matter.
It didn't matter. And basically, throughout the show, we just picked shot glasses, and you either got water, vodka, rum, or just terrible fucking tequila. And that's bad. When I say the tequila's horrible, it was bad. And by the end of the night, me, Boo, and Tracy were fucking shit shows, and it was... No.
It was one of the worst drinking experiences of my adult life, and I've had some pretty intense drinking experiences.
I'm a little salty right now because I haven't had a chance to get a part of this.
I actually
no. Society wants nothing to do with you after the game of fuckery.
I woke up at 9 o'clock bright and early the next day.
Nothing at all.
It was a horrible thing.
No one wins. No one wins in the game of fuckery.
There are no winners.
Except for the producers that get the laugh out of us the whole time.
And the people that get to watch the shit show.
All right, so Boo, social medias.
My social medias, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Crushing Boo. All one word.
Val Torres.
I am on Instagram and Twitter at VMTDC.
That's the first time you nailed it. I am so
and
proud of
I
you.
am on Facebook as Valerie Torres.
And our super special guest, Caitlin.
Caitlin Schiavone, hello. I am on I have so many Instagrams. Schiavone photo. You can just look it up because I can't spell it right now. And then Bartenders of DC also is a new project, and I'm just Caitlin Schiavone on Facebook. I also have pages for both of those things.
Apologies for messing up your name, Caitlin.
You got to talk more about this Bartenders of DC Instagram.
Oh, I will.
page.
She will. I will.
We'll get asked to get brought up.
Definitely will.
I am the Pasteurized Chef on all social medias, I think. And Jamie, you are?
Oh, I'm Jamie Roderick. They call me handsome now.
Nobody. Not even your mom called you fucking handsome.
Marcus, remember that one time? Yeah. We talked about this earlier. Nasty.
No.
Anyways, I go by Lives infamously on Instagram, and
Let's spell it
they
because
call me.
I spelt it wrong.
I know you did. And aren't you
Sorry.
Asian guys supposed to be really good at spelling?
No.
Anyways, racist comment of the night, guys. Lives infamously on Instagram, LIVS, and the rest of the word you can spell yourself. And Bar Simpson on Twitter.
I just want to say before this party gets started, give me one of those Mad Dogs.
Okay, go, bro. We only got one Mad Dog tonight.
Or give me one of the Irish Roses then.
Somebody Mad Dog that man.
It's the only Mad Dog they had at the place.
What the hell?
Valerie Torres.
What happened to the
Treasure
Orange
White.
Jubilee? We
They didn't have
get
it.
that
They
back.
did not have it. So have you ever had this fortified wine?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Have you?
I'm from Alabama.
That doesn't mean, well, it doesn't.
Damn,
Yes,
yes.
it does.
Yeah. She just said a lot.
Greenbow, Alabama.
She just said a lot with those three
This
words.
is actually made in New York.
You've
Hey.
seen some things.
You've seen some things.
You've
So
seen some things.
We're going to get to that. So first of all,
Some
we
nice
need
stuff down
There's a lot. I will not ride Alabama slowly. I will drive fast.
Wow.
So let's do our safe words. Boo.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Shite.
Man, my safe word is going to be hallucinate.
Fun.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was.
Valerie.
Mine is Bama.
Caitlin, what we do is a safe word.
little
'cause
bit of-
I will get off the rails at some point tonight.
Yeah.
Or when Jamie's here.
Jamie will. Yes.
Yes. You
Fuck y'all. God damn it.
hallucination.
As the night train goes to his head.
My safe word at one point was Dawn when he was.
Oh, yeah. That
And
makes
it's
So what's
actually
yours?
it's been my word once or twice too.
So I have to come up with a safe
A
word?
single safe word.
You guys didn't tell me about that. I don't know.
No, that's we pop it on you.
Usually, just first word to pop into your mind. Don't think too
Well,
much. Don't
but the
overthink
first word that pops to my mind is elephants, and I can't.
There you
use
go.
that.
No.
I think
can't.
that works.
No, but that
No,
could be
because
your
she's
safe
going to be
word.
saying elephants.
Well, no. Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to be talking
But
about
she's not going to be talking about elephants like the entire time.
Well, I mean,
That's
did
true.
you,
so within context,
George Mason. That'll be my safe
One
No,
word.
it has
Two
to be
words.
one word.
Mason.
Mason.
go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Bar Simpson?
Nope.
Fuck it up somewhere.
Nope. Is this a safe word?
Nope.
Nope.
No, it has to be a word that you would never use in that context.
During sex.
Whoa.
Damn,
I
what's a
mean,
good
who knows?
sex
Maybe
safe
nope
word?
is never a word.
No,
you-
because I mean,
He
not for
never
nothing.
is.
Like
maybe he's just a yes man.
He
my
is.
my safe word during sex
might
is
be a
don't
yep.
stop. So like,
Mine's banana. Banana.
Wait, what's in the? Ew, why banana? You nasty.
kill the mood.
Right.
Also, you ain't never said that before. I'm just fucking with you.
You're
What's
right,
that
though.
weird ass ingredient in Kool-Aid? Riboflavin. That's my safe
no,
word.
it's
Wow.
pronounced riboflavin.
Whatever.
Riboflavin.
Riboflavin.
How about the
rich in
Or
riboflavin?
riboflavin.
Don't
I think
nobody know what
riboflavin's
that
given
is.
it.
You haven't been on the show in a while, I can tell.
He's
What you
happy.
mean you can tell?
How-
I'm happy.
Because the three of us have learned how to stop kind of talking over each other, and you haven't.
I'm
What's
gonna
your
let you know
safe
for the
word?
rest of the night, cuz I'm gonna talk all over you.
Nick's going to turn your mic off.
Probably not.
What do you mean probably?
Shut up. Anyways,
Marcus.
Nick, what's your safe word?
He doesn't have a mic. Who do
he
you have?
does. He's got
Yeah,
a
he does.
microphone.
Well, fuck you then. Mine's going to be a mumbo.
Mumbo?
Mumbo.
This is pronounced mumbo.
It's not
I
mumbo.
said it funny.
You said mumbo.
Mumbo.
Oh no.
Like
Mumbo.
Moomba, like
Just sounds like
Moombaton?
Pumbaa.
Mumbaton.
Like Moombaton?
Yes, motherfuckers. Because we're going to be talking about mumbo.
Moombaton sauce?
Yes.
That sounds
That
like
would be.
something.
That sounds like some good shit.
Patent pending, I'll sue.
That's actually really.
Fucking
Think about it. You make a
sue.
Spanish version instead of an
Bitches.
Asian version.
I'll get Dave Nada as my fucking investor.
Think
It'll be
about it.
amazing.
That sounds like something
Shout out to
like
Dave Nada.
some African snake oil. Like
We can do that. We can do that. So let's move in to. I really don't want to do this, but let's start with Trump.
Scrotus.
Let's start with the Scrotus. The one topic I do want to talk about is Valerie pulled up, is he's changing the rules to the press.
He wants to.
The White House.
What he
yes.
wants to. And what is it? One question asked, or
Yeah. And you're not allowed to have any follow-up question.
what kind of
Which is
bullshit is this?
crazy.
What kind of bullshit is this?
I mean,
That's
I'm not
fear.
surprised.
I mean, this is totally going to a dictatorship. I mean, that's the freedom of the press. Like, one thing you cannot do is just because somebody fucking took your basketball and kicked you in the balls, you can't fucking act like a little bitch and fucking.
I mean, it's a step towards authoritarianism.
Yes.
You know, it's just one little,
Yes.
it's one straw on the camel's back for sure.
So the ACLU said the White House belongs to the public, not the president, and the job of the press is to ask hard questions, not to be polite.
Amen to that.
Yeah,
Hashtag
very
First
true.
Amendment.
I mean, you gotta look at this guy. You can see from the beginning, he does not like to think that he has the smallest balls in the room, guys.
Yeah.
And for
He's got the
anybody
smallest
to
hands, though.
I mean, he
for
talked about
anybody-
his dick at a fucking NRA or NRC fucking thing.
But for this guy, right
RNC,
here,
yeah,
for
yeah,
this guy
RNC.
right here, for anyone to question anything he does, that's the way he sees it.
But he's a fucking idiot.
I didn't say he wasn't a fucking idiot. And also, not for nothing, he is not a fucking idiot. You do not acquire that much wealth
Wait, stop.
by being stupid.
Well,
You do when you have a fucking
I
billionaire
am not.
father.
I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and take that man as a fucking idiot because
I
that's
will.
how we fucked ourselves the first time.
Do you have a
Let me
point?
tell
You
you,
make an
there
interesting
are,
point.
there are different.
Forrest
there are
Gump
different-
does not exist.
There are different levels of idiot. Like he can be
Yeah.
business smart,
Yeah.
and still be a
You can-
fucking
or
moron.
you
in
could
other
be
ways.
I
really-
mean,
you
he
could-
just said something about raking force.
You can
Yeah.
be really good at manipulating
Come
people.
on.
You could be really good at charming and manipulating people to get them to do what you want, and still not have a lick of fucking common sense
Yeah,
about how
yeah,
basic
yeah.
how basic functionings of
She just brought the raking the forest shit.
Yeah.
Even if the fucking president of Finland said this shit to you, all of us in this room, you and I were together when we heard it. You got to be like, raking the forest fire. Has this motherfucker ever raked a yard or anywhere with trees?
Does
like,
he know what a forest is?
He probably
Like-
couldn't identify a rake. if
you have to process the fact that someone said rake the forest.
You know what he can find though?
Rake
He
the
can find
forest.
himself a hoe.
Get your shot.
Man, fuck y'all.
But wait, the best is like the Finnish people have been fucking trolling him.
Have they
so
really?
badly. Oh my god!
Please tell
They've
me,
Been,
tell me.
They've been making like videos and like just it's the best. Did you
Finnish
not?
people raking leaves. Is that like,
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love everything about that.
One
Yeah.
day we are going to read all of the links and all of the things that
Yeah,
Val sends
damn
to
it.
us in between shows.
Nobody
so that we
listens.
can actually be
Nobody
knowledgeable.
does what I ask them to do.
So we're still used to freeballing.
Yeah.
You know,
I
we're
mean,
used to
I
going.
still free ball. I'll
we are
take my
used
pants
to
off right
going-
now and show you on free ball.
No, sir. This is a family show.
Since when?
No, I'm just kidding.
So also, can we please talk about the fact that Trump in his like
Scrotus.
his press conference about the wildfires, he was calling Paradise Pleasure. Like, what the fuck?
Pleasure, California.
I mean, does anybody brief him at all?
He doesn't read the
He
briefs.
doesn't
Listen to
listen.
them.
He doesn't
Just
read
like
the briefs.
you guys don't read the briefs.
Whoa, hallucinate.
Okay, just
Until
because.
she didn't read them until she started doing them.
Damn.
So let's not even go there. But yeah, for real,
I'm
pleasure and
kidding.
fucking
She
Paradise.
just scrotused us.
Ooh,
I did.
she tainted you.
No.
Take a shot.
Okay.
You are going to be tore up by the end of this show.
You thought.
You too.
Oh boy.
You too, Jamie.
Bro, oh, you already know, bro. That's the goal.
Good Lord.
He gets away from his wife and kid one day a week, and this is it.
I have this whole thing.
I don't.
While I was on mushrooms last night, I came to this epiphany.
Oh, boy.
And I'm not going to go into it because it's a long thing, but part of me blames at the root of this NBC
What?
for Trump.
What? Okay,
Why
well, explain
NBC?
this.
I can see. I
Trump.
can see where you're going.
Because
NBC?
because NBC is based in New York.
Okay.
Trump is based in New York.
And he hates them.
There is absolutely no fucking way that these people didn't know what a fucking tool he was at the time. Or maybe they knew what a tool he was. They knew he was a failed businessman. They knew he was a fucking scumbag. But because of ratings and he's entertaining, et cetera,
And then
they
yeah,
give
okay.
him The Apprentice, which is his platform
That-
to
you
build
know, that's a
and
damn
reach
good
out
point. That's
to all of these, mindless, numbnut,
Okay, so
middle of
that's
the road
who I blame.
motherfuckers.
That's who I blame, though. It's the people who like give the NBC the power to.
But
make
how
money
did they?
off of
But
that
but
shit.
if they're not watching, NBC doesn't put the show on.
He's right. I actually
But
agree
if they
with
put
that.
the show on and he's watching, and advertisers are fucking paying money to have their products advertised on his fucking show because no matter, because even if he's a complete fucking garbage human being,
Which he is.
he
Which he
gets
is.
ratings. Fucking Morning Joe Scarborough and his wife Mika on MSNBC. These monkeys had this dude on their fucking show in the mornings before the elections and shit. He was a regular guest on their fucking show.
Yeah.
And then they ended up like in this beef with him once he got elected because all of a sudden they were like, he can't say all this racist, crazy stuff.
It's like,
you
you already knew him.
motherfuckers knew.
Yeah.
And you allowed
You
him.
motherfuckers knew. And you allowed this. So NBC,
Fuck you.
who brought us wonderful things
You are
like
complicit.
Cheers and The Cosby Show.
What did you
and
think would
Friends
happen?
And Seinfeld. What the ever-loving fuck
So
Pause.
Did
you know,
you
know,
think-
you know what they thought was going to happen?
was going to
Pockets
happen?
got fat.
Pockets did get fat.
At the end of the day, how's that shit go? You know what? Honestly speaking, when you want to make money, that's what you think of.
That is so funny. Can you send that to Nick so he can put it up?
It's on the notes. It's on the notes.
We let Valerie get one job, and all of a sudden, the last 5 minutes, everything's been
She's
like, well,
the
if
reason
you,
why
if you
we're going
read
to
the
get
notes,
a podcast Emmy, though.
if you read the notes.
Val's going to get
Is
us
there
an
a
Emmy.
podcast Emmy?
I don't know. If there's Emmys for fucking
No, there actually
podcasts,
is.
Val will
There
be the
is.
reason why we
There
get
is.
one.
There's like an
This
actual
woman right here.
podcast awards.
You talk all the shit you want about this lovely lady right here. She's going to make us fucking famous.
So let's
be
talk
right
about how Trump's known for being firing people on his show.
What up, Stephen G?
But he can't fucking fire people in real life. Like he sends other people to fire. Has he fired anybody that actually?
No.
No.
And he sent like Mad Dog in.
I mean, the whole Keebler elf sacrificing what, to the cookie gods.
Oh, shit.
That was quite possibly the most cowardly
God.
firing.
if you're Keebler,
I'm fucking dying.
if
right
you're
now.
Keebler, do you actually make a?
Rake America great again.
That's dope.
Make America great again.
Can you get that on camera?
Oh my god.
Oh my
He put that
god.
on.
That was actually that's.
Thank you, Finland.
No, that guy,
Thank you.
the
I mean,
FBI.
and it's all like people in Finland. It's all the Finnish people. They're just
Thank
fucking
you.
trolling him like a motherfucker.
I mean, isn't the whole world kind of
Finnish
trolling him?
Americans, Finnish
They're
adjacent
the best.
Americans.
There's this one guy who made this whole video about like how important it is for him to be raking, and he's like raking the leaves all over his yard.
He becomes like one with nature
So
through
if
his
it-
rake.
So if this was actually a real thing, won't we use fucking leaf blowers instead of rakes?
Oh,
Yup.
so,
I'll be right there.
Caitlin, we have this thing on the show where if your electronic device makes any
I
noise,
fucking knew it was gonna happen. There was nothing I could do to stop it.
you get to do a penalty shot.
Okay, fine.
Hey.
I'm not mad about this.
So speaking of that noise, when I was in Jamie's bar the other night, that motherfucker had this thing on his phone and kept playing it all night long.
No, we'd be
You
fighting.
need to stop that.
Oh, bruh, look, I'm gonna tell you right
You
now.
get 3.
What happens while I'm behind the bar is what happens when I'm behind the bar.
Those girls
Oh.
on the bar dancing.
He's invoking Vegas rules.
Oh, bruh, look. It just is what it is.
Yeah,
And, wait, I know you ain't talking trash because every time you come to my bar, you be in there giggling and shit or whatever. And like, he over here talking trash. He was like, "Can I hit it too, though?"
I did not say that. Fuck you.
Like I showed it to him. He was like, "Oh, it's my turn." I was like, "Oh, I saw you."
Listen, I'm the one that
Die.
gave you the right music to play.
No, you didn't. I was gonna play that shit anyway.
You're gonna play Baltimore Club and all
With some
that?
Grateful Dead.
bruh, you've been to my bar before.
Sugar
You know all
Magnolia.
that crap. Oh wait, you get these text messages of Marcus
You
and his,
idiots, you're on the same text
Marcus.
message.
No, fuck that, Marcus.
shakedown.
You and your caucasity,
Shakedown,
the last couple of weeks and
Caucasity.
shit.
The
like,
audacity
Of
of the
the
caucasity.
right, just in here like, well, I was,
Hashtag.
you know,
Yo,
I was
hashtag.
shrooming it up and I was listening to 311 and I had this thought and I'm like, you white man.
I love 311.
You white
He's like,
man.
you know, amber really is the color of your energy.
So in this
So
week's
ashamed
dig
of
on
myself.
Marcus, moving forward, let's talk
Hashtag their
about
first record's really good.
people getting shot by Indians.
Oh my
Not
god.
the Indians.
We got
They are, listen,
indigenous people to a
indigenous
particular
people.
island that has to be left the fuck alone.
I don't feel bad for this guy.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
feel bad for him either.
Under the under the hashtag of what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Val, do you want this or shall I?
Okay, go ahead.
So, for those of
wait.
you that are into spreading the word of our Lord and Christ Jesus
Don't.
Savior,
Just don't do it.
an American missionary trying to meet and convert one of the most isolated hunter-gatherer tribes in the world was killed by them and buried.
Was he buried?
Yeah,
was?
buried, killed and
Yes.
buried. This gentleman apparently, and this is I'm citing the Washington Post as my source.
What's happening?
What is his? Oh my God, you got one of those cool touchscreen things. Sorry, I'm a technophobe. Anyways, what's his name?
Chow is his name.
John Allen Chow, age 26, of Vancouver, Washington, decided that he was going to go by himself to the Andaman Islands, an Indian territory that is located in the Bay of Bengal, again, by himself, to spread the word of Jesus to this tribe that has that has been isolated for centuries and has a reputation for killing interlopers.
What did you learn?
This gentleman rolled up and basically told them that Jesus loves you. Oh, wait, he said, according to his notes, he hollered, "My name is John. I love you, and Jesus loves you."
And he tried to speak their language and sing worship songs.
Tried to speak their language and sing worship songs, and then one of the kids shot at him with an arrow, which pierced his waterproof Bible. Which, shout out to Waterproof Bibles.
That's amazing. It's not bulletproof.
So,
How
and
many
then
of you
he
guys-
left, and then he came back. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, left and came back, and,
Like-
apparently...
Was this a white man?
It is, yes.
What are you
He's
high?
half Asian.
Half Asian. Yeah, with a name like Chow, C-H-A-U.
Even the same thing.
But the point is that it is illegal, according to Indian law, to go to this island. Like, they know these people don't want shit to do with anybody, and they're like, we don't want you going there. And so,
Well, also, isn't because of like they're vulnerable to like sicknesses and diseases or something.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they don't have
no,
the
that is
immunity,
what
right?
that is
or
part of it.
just
That's part
the
of it.
evils of modern fucking man.
But
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
one of the primary things is that they have been so isolated that they would not be equipped to like.
Yeah,
we
no.
would hand them a blanket and wipe them out.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
smallpox
yeah.
all over again.
Yeah. So, and then allegedly, fishermen, he bribed fishermen.
Oh, hang on. He'd made four prior trips. 4 prior trips.
And
He had
didn't
been
die
there a
yet?
couple
Wait,
times.
he'd been there 4 times?
Yes.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing
Well, I
about
guess
that,
the
though.
fourth
Here's the thing
time is
about
the
that.
charm.
Every time he had been there prior to, he had been rocks had been thrown at him, arrows had been shot at his boat.
Praise the Lord.
You know
Praise
what
the
I
Lord
mean?
Jesus Christ. Praise the Lord. I'm going to keep coming
I
back.
said this.
from my
I said this
Praise
a couple
the
days
Lord,
ago.
pass the arrows.
I said this a couple days ago, and this lady got real mad at me. I was like, "Yo, they was chucking spears at him and stuff," and this lady was like, "You can't say
I
that."
can't say
Actually,
I was like, trust and believe.
Jamie,
But
you
the
can
thing
say
is-
that.
I feel like with this melanin content, I could say this all day
melanin
long.
gives
They
you-
was
you are
they was
entitled.
they was chucking spears, but
Spear,
no.
chuck a spear, chuck a spear, chuck a
They
spear.
dropped him off this
They
last time. They dropped him off. He took a 4-hour like canoe ride.
Like, you got to go deep in this nation.
Right, and don't get me wrong.
They didn't even want the fishermen didn't even want to be seen dropping him off on the island. They gave him a canoe and was like, "You can
Bye.
You can find it the rest of the way."
Good luck.
And here's the thing that pisses me off: the Christians want that culture to be like held accountable.
Oh, that's
Hang
bullshit.
on, but let's be fair. I mean, not all Christians.
Be
I mean,
fair with
like,
what?
No,
Colonizing?
No, I mean, like you can't blanketly say like all Christians wanted this to happen. I mean, like this guy was out of hand. Like he was one of
Christianity?
No.
born again who
To be-
were like. You know, I mean, I'm a Catholic.
To be fair,
Okay, how
you know?
about this?
And,
No,
like,
real fast, real
I
fast.
think that this was not right. I
Let's
mean,
replace Christianity with colonialism.
Thank
He
we go.
tried to
Yep.
colonize. He
you.
went
No,
over there. He went over there with the thought process of, "Oh, I'm gonna go over there, give you some Jesus. I'm gonna throw you some blankets, just
Because
like those
I know
Indians
better
got
than you."
400
No.
years
Yeah.
ago. I know better, and I'm gonna trade with you, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna throw you these Bibles.
It's not-
I'm gonna give you some pants
as a preacher's
because why's your
grandson-
dick out, bruh?
As a preacher's grandson, it's not it's not colonization. It's indoctrination, which is the first step. He shows up with his Western philosophy, Western religion. These people have been content and functioning for hundreds of years, you know, and he wants to impose
And he
what
got-
he thinks is white or right, or however you want to look at it.
He got what he
Sounds
deserved.
about right.
You know,
Sounds about
onto
white.
these people. And, you know, again, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? He knew.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. This is a man who apparently thought that God's laws superseded the laws of man. And when the Indian government tells you, leave these people alone,
You gonna die.
and you go, and you ignore it not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. I can imagine by the 4th time a Jehovah's Witness shows up on your fucking porch.
You start screaming at him.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, get the fuck out!
The same one. You know, and I got nothing against.
No, listen.
And I have nothing against missionaries. I got
do.
nothing against.
I like missionary position.
Fair enough.
Of course, you're
Fair
extra
enough.
weird, extra white.
I like it 'cause I
vanilla
can see-
ass.
I
can
grew
see
up.
the face of my partner and talk to her and kiss her. And be nice.
I mean, I was
bitch. You's a bitch.
I was
Like-
friends. I grew up. I'm friends with 2 twins whose father. Their father was the head of the Interfaith Conference, and their job, their goal was to bring all the organized religions together under the things that they have in common.
How'd
As
that work?
opposed, it's still a thing. It's still actually like he passed away recently. He was the head of the organization for 29, 30 years, or something like that. And actually, they started off with Protestants, Catholics, Jews, and Muslims, and in the end, ended up bringing in Sikhs, Buddhists, Baha'i.
And they're all still together?
Yeah, this
Wow.
is
I
a
see, that's-
worldwide
I can
organization.
I can get down with that because it's not just one.
You know, but this
You-
is
you wanna know
this
why you
is-
can get down
this-
with that?
This is introducing a religious philosophy that you are not familiar with, but not against your will.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But the reason you can get down with that is because that's coexist.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be in the
fuck
same-
with
Yeah, that coexist bumper sticker would not exist
Right.
without.
Okay,
like,
then
you
I
know,
can fuck with that.
the
That
interfaith
I can
conference.
respect.
You know that
Clark
whole
Levinson
thing that
recipes.
Jews and Muslims can't get along. There's a neighborhood. There's a neighborhood, and I hate that I'm about to say this because y'all about to call me out.
Philadelphia?
Back home. Anyways,
Where you from?
But like,
Where you from?
it's
Where's home at? Where's home at?
it's literally every other house.
Shout
You'll
out
have
to
a
Jamie for
rabbi
not-
here. You'll have like you have a Sikh here, so on and so forth. Wherever the temple is literally 10 feet away from the mosque, and they get along just fine.
Shout out to Jamie for not shouting out his hometown until now. Like, really? Like,
Y'all gonna clap? What's the name of this show?
Marcus's
DC is
Exactly.
For now,
Marcus.
for now.
Shut up. Shut your whore
Why you
mouth,
telling
Marcus.
secrets, whore?
Shut your whore mouth.
Right. I'm gonna put you back on that P Street stroll, cuz.
Ooh, stroking.
No, put him on K.
I know
Marcus,
K's
where are
part
you
of
I put him on M. He look real good in the dress.
I'm from the
Actually,
universe. I'm from
yeah,
the, I'm
I
from
like
the
that, I
universe.
like that.
I
Where,
am- I
where's
am one-
Marcus from?
I'm from 1 with 311.
Della what?
Della who?
Delaware.
Where you get your chickens from? Where do you think you get your chickens
Delaware.
from?
I get mine from Salisbury, Maryland.
No, you don't.
I do.
In accordance to
Hashtag Purdue.
Produced from Delaware,
in
bitch.
accordance to what
Salisbury,
Kava
motherfucking
says.
Maryland.
One of the plants is from
Salisbury, Maryland.
Plants of-
And they sell crack in there.
Bury.
Fucking Salisbury sucks.
Can we stop calling people out for selling crack real fast? I'm just throwing that
Have
out
you
there.
been to Salisbury? It's like going to Philadelphia.
It's a lovely town.
I'm gonna tell you right now, from
It's like Philadelphia, only it smells like chicken
out
shit.
of like all like 49 states
Sorry.
or whatever the fuck is going on right now.
We number one.
Yo silly ass.
number one.
Only 12 people can point out where you are in the fucking map.
When I lived in the South, everybody thought it was a state in D.C. or
Delaware.
a city in D.C.
They were like,
Della who?
Because
Della why? Della how?
Della why?
Delaware.
Della when?
So on to the next episode.
Marcus is like concussion.
So yeah, fuck off. Let's talk about these pranksters.
Yeah, pranksters.
Kids, go.
Shout out to arts and vandalism.
Arts and craft in Russia.
Arts and crafts and vandalism.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Can we put
Yes.
the pitch? Can we get the picture up?
So
This picture is actually pretty fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen the picture,
apparently the Russians are really upset because some really creative Bulgarians are reworking some of their statues in the form of American or Western, should I say,
Superheroes.
not even superheroes,
Yeah.
I mean, they are.
archetypes, icons, etc., etc. We have a Superman, a Ronald McDonald, a Captain America.
that's it. That's it, right?
Is that-
I
No,
mean,
so
it is American.
That's
There
Ronald
is
McDonald. dude.
There is a DC universe where Superman did land in Russia.
You're missing my point. Jay. I
I'm
like
not
what you're
missing
picking
it.
up what you're putting down.
I'm not missing it. I'm
picking up what
just
you're putting down.
being a fucking
But
nerd.
yeah, and so apparently this is not the first time that these people have. Oh, we got the Joker.
It's Pennywise, the Joker, Captain America.
Gosh.
It's even got-
Pennywise.
It's got Robin.
I
in
don't
it.
One dude's.
I don't think Pennywise.
We got
is really on
Robin,
there.
That's
Wolverine,
Pennywise.
and Wonder Woman. I
I
think
think that's
Look-
Ronald McDonald.
Look at the
that
eyes.
is Ronald McDonald.
Motherfuckers, look at the eyes. It's Pennywise.
It is not.
That's Ronald
Do you-
Did
McDonald.
that on purpose.
Look at the yellow underneath.
Yeah.
Have any of y'all seen fucking it? I know you
Have you ever
it.
seen
I've
Ronald
seen it.
McDonald, motherfucker?
I've never been to a
Look,
Ronald McDonald.
McDonald looks just
You
like
mean you
that.
never
All
been to a
stop,
McDonald's?
stop.
Ronald McDonald.
Let's. Yeah. He needs to see. He's looking at a different pictures from a different angle. Marcus,
That is Ronald
I
McDonald.
see your it and raise you a Ronald McDonald.
definitely
It
Ronald
doesn't wear yellow, dumbass.
I hate all of you. So,
Jamie,
I got a
Jamie's
question.
not afraid of this.
So I got a question.
Yeah,
Curry-
Jamie's not afraid.
Tim Curry wears yellow.
Ronald McDonald makes Jamie hungry.
Does that McDonald?
Pennywise makes Jamie want to tinkle himself.
Does that Superman
two
not
very
look?
different
Does that
reactions.
not look like John Kennedy?
I swear to
love
God,
it.
if I
Superman
turn
looks like John
around
Kennedy.
and there's a picture of fucking it, I'm gonna be so upset. Yo.
What are you talking about?
What?
Jamie, Jamie, can I tell you a secret?
No, whore.
For your birthday, we were all gonna dress up as clowns.
You told me I'd have fucked y'all up. I'd have just left.
Did I
I'd
tell
have
you?
Yeah, I was gonna
just
say I
left.
don't think you would have gotten close enough
I'd
to us
have
to do
left.
it.
I'd
You would have
been
never made
here
it into
so
the room.
upset.
So what we
We
were
also
gonna,
were gonna put it Pennywise on a cake.
so what we were gonna do, we were gonna go to a break real fast, and we were gonna come back in by like the windows and just stare while you were stuck in
And
there.
lock you in here. We were gonna lock the doors and just press our clown
Y'all done
faces
did me a
against the
favor.
window.
Y'all done did me a favor because I'd have turned the lights off and I started counting to 10 or whatever. I'd have been like a Jehovah's black fucking evangelist real fast or whatever. Started praying to Jesus and shit. Like,
Lord.
Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Help me, Jesus! Oh, help me, Jesus!
So, long story short,
fuck y'all.
We deserve
you know,
it.
that's cool. I'll take that.
I mean, we still have the outfits.
We
Maybe-
do.
Don't
I still have them. I still have them.
We could come into the Looking Glass Lounge where you bartend and sit at your bar.
I'm gonna call my big cousin on y'all. That's what y'all doing. Like,
All right, Boo. What you got for me?
Oh no, he stole my thunder. I'm good. I'm chilling.
What else we
What's
got?
next on the docket here? We highlighted. I almost said we hit lit.
Hitler.
We highlight
We
because that's a thing people say.
All right. Well, so the NRA last week.
We lightly talked on it.
Last
Touched
week
on
we
it.
touched on it. They right after the we did talk about it now I remember.
Yeah, right
Now
after the hospital shooting in Chicago.
Yeah.
they no, it was right before. They put out this like message to the
doctors.
medical community about how they need to stay in their lane. Meanwhile, there's been a rash of shootings.
How many shootings this week, actually?
So many.
There's been a few, right?
Can we get someone to Google that for us?
How many shootings?
Number of shootings this week?
Yeah,
Just this week.
keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Just this week. So
So the
just here in DC, there was someone in our industry, like in our community, who was just shot by who was killed by random fire. The son of one of the owners of
The Roofers Union.
Yes. And they actually are having a fundraiser this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
You did the research. You tell us.
Go on,
Come
though.
on now.
I'm gonna just go ahead and pour Valerie a shot real fast.
Why?
All right, so fuck this. I'm going into this. All right, so although the shooting is important, all the gentleman's life is important, it just shows how the shootings and everything is kind of fucked up, and we need to move on the Second Amendment somehow, some way.
I mean, there has to be some sort of,
Does there?
Movement towards common
But
sense.
is there
gun
really?
laws.
Is there going to be movement to common sense?
but there has to be.
I know
mean,
there
like,
has to be. I know there
That's what we
should
keep
be.
saying.
I mean, the answer to your question is that remains to be seen.
I mean,
like,
is the blue-
jury's not out yet.
I mean, we could ban fucking straws or turtles, and we could ban fucking romaine lettuce, but
Doesn't
we can't
do a
ban
lot to help
fucking
turtles, by the
AK-40
way.
fucking 7.
Well, straws aren't. There's no amendment for straws.
No, I get that. But
Straws are not covered under the Constitution, apparently.
Also, never mind.
No. But
there was, I mean, you just posted something. There was like a big like rash of
Dead
sea turtles up in where in Maine,
Somewhere,
right?
Yeah, somewhere
Like up in the north, there were like
Massachusetts. Maybe?
100 and something
This is very off
sea
topic
turtles.
no, you know what?
Yeah.
Not really,
Let's,
but like
Let's skip sea turtles right now.
We'll get to
no. I mean, like I think that it's,
I want to know what happened. What happened to Massachusetts?
So there were.
I can't remember. Wait, I can look at. I don't
You
know.
posted
was
it.
somewhere up there. So apparently, like, I think it was like 170. Or that might be right. Sea turtles are dead because of a cold snap. But the reason they were up there is because the waters are warmer, so they're migrating into areas that they would not be in normally.
And then
Yeah.
it snaps
And then
on.
and then it actually got cold like it normally does,
It is-
and they all died. And I posted something earlier about like, oh, you guys, everybody likes to talk about straws. This has nothing to
But
do
like
with
this,
that.
All right. So back to the gun thing. So,
totally
22-year-old Thomas Marmot, son of one of the owners of Roofers Union, was hit by a stray bullet in the neighborhood of Trinidad, located in Northeast Washington, yesterday afternoon. And yeah, just one more thing. Like, we're at a point right now where it's all about it's not even so much about where all of these shootings have happened. We're at the point now where it's like, where haven't they happened?
Yeah.
We've had
it's gonna happen.
schools,
Yeah.
churches,
Everywhere.
synagogues, yoga studios, nightclubs, concerts. I mean, at this point, there is nowhere that is,
You're
is
not
enough.
safe. You're not
There's
safe
nowhere
anywhere.
there's nowhere that's bad enough to make Congress and Congress want to do something.
I mean,
about it.
it's gotten to the point where, like, in the back of my head, like, I'm always thinking about, like, oh, I could get shot right now. Like,
Right,
if I go
where
into a
am I? Like,
movie
should
or,
I
like,
be
yeah,
worried?
anywhere.
I mean,
even in a bar.
I
Because that happened
always-
recently in a bar.
Can I say something real fast?
No, but go ahead.
No.
All right. Okay, look. When it comes to the guns thing, this is the votes versus keeping my job conversation, and we all know this. Okay, it makes no sense. Have you guys seen a AR-15?
I have.
It's not that heavy. It's very easy to put together. Have you ever seen a 45? Smith & Wesson 45.
Yes.
Yes.
Very easy to conceal. Comes in a bunch of different colors. All this other stuff like that. You got all these places, in Virginia, and I've been to the Virginia gun show, and this guy literally was like, "Yeah, I got like 400, 45s. I'll sell them to you for like $150." And it's just like, bruh, this is literally across the line, like maybe a mile into Virginia, and here it is. You know what I mean? We can talk about this till we are blue in the face, but until we start electing officials who are literally like, okay, let's take care of lives before we take care of votes. People who are not scared to be like, hey, listen, I want to make sure that your child gets home safe. You know what I mean? That guy up
Jamie,
the street from me.
I got to cut you off.
I apologize.
Reading from the article, I got the date wrong. This happened in October 25th. This is a few weeks ago. But it's still
relevant. And, you know, on this weekend, Roofers Union is holding a fundraiser.
Yes, they are holding fundraisers. But to end my quote real fast, guy up the street from me, I live on 1st and V, a guy on 1st and Adams, they went into his house, all types of guns, all types of ammunition. This house is up the street from my son's house. And his family had to tell on him, quotation marks, to be like, hey, you need to go check this out. They had to drop a hint for somebody to kick his door in and to find all this stuff. And this is up the street from my house, up the street from my child's school.
How many houses in the city? How many houses in the
How many other
everywhere?
people? How many other people who are on that side of that range? And the NRA isn't going to say anything because they are about rifle and rifle support.
And they're making money now
And
as
let's
well.
not forget when the Ku Klux Klan became an illegal organization, the following year you had the NRA.
That's funny. Makes a lot of
Nice
sense.
little piece of thing to think
It
about.
makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
You know, but still, why do you need it? What's the point?
What do you need it for?
what? Why are you blowing up the spot? We're trying to do some shit behind the scenes to keep the show flowing. Why are you
I
staring at me? Keep talking.
would like to move
Keep
to our
talking.
special guest tonight.
Well, I was
Yes.
going. Okay, fine. If you want to know what Val and I were doing, was taking a moment to work in an opportunity to plug our sponsors this month. St. Arnold, shout
This
out
is
to
why I
them.
have them.
good.
It's so much better for me.
Yeah.
And well, we were trying to find, we were trying to do this on some smooth shit, but you went and blew up the spot, and so now
I like peanut butter.
Now it's
with
all
the crunchy
fucking.
kind.
it's all
I am
fucking weird.
crunchy peanut butter.
I like crunchy peanut.
You're
too.
crunchy peanut butter.
Marcus' throat game so strong he can gargle peanut butter.
Wow. I'm going to do a shot just for that one.
All right, so
So something that we do want to plug is Marcus and I have been in conversation with the owners of St. Arnold's, with the Abbey, about a pop-up that we're having in the downstairs, the Abbey, of the the Cleveland Park location, where we're doing a Noel pop-up during the entire month of December.
no.
So-
go ahead. Sorry, I was gonna
What?
give a shout out to so if you are interested in some quality dining and gaining some credits, you can go to visit tibervip.com. Choose your amount. You can prepay You can prepay $100, $250, or $500, and each of those will get you either $120, $325, or $700 respectively in credits. And you apply that to today's meal for future visits at either Tiber Beer House, or St. Arnold's. You can get up to $200 in bonus dining credits.
I really love your voice.
Yeah, thank you.
Right?
My mama gave it to me.
It's amazing.
Did you really? I thought God gave it to you.
Doesn't exist.
May I have another beer, please?
So let's,
Yes.
Boo, introduce our guest. Let's get these beers rolling.
So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the lovely and talented Caitlin Schiavo.
Hello.
Schiavino.
Schiavone.
God damn, Schiavone. God.
Shot.
You know what it is?
Shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a
Shot.
shot. I'm gonna do a shot. I have a good
It's
friend.
fine.
His last name is Schiavo Campo.
I don't
Doesn't
care.
matter.
No.
And so,
Okay,
you shut
so
your
here's
whore
the
mouth
thing.
and you shut your
Here's the
whore
thing.
mouth.
All the different there's so many different ways to pronounce it. It's fine.
And so I
Just
got.
go
I
with
got him.
whatever.
Wait, pause. How do you want us to pronounce it?
I don't care. I
Well,
say
how
Schiavone.
do you-
How do your parents pronounce
I say
it?
Schiavone, so it's
Schiavone.
from
Schiavone.
my mother-in-law, actually. So it's not
Schiavone.
from my parents.
Ah, yes. Congratulations on getting married.
So thank you. It's been a while, but
It has
I
been.
appreciate it. But yeah, so we say Schiavone, but there's so many different ways to say it, so it doesn't really matter. It's fine.
So let's grab this
Anyway,
beer.
Beer.
Have
Beer.
air,
Let's
please.
do beer first.
Okay,
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about the beer.
Yeah, so I am a student, a bartender, and I work in wildlife conservation, and I do too much of my
She's a
life.
photographer also?
Everything. I did want to bring some local beers for you guys to have.
Okay.
Trying to shout out to local DC breweries, promote them. What do you want? Do you want something light or dark?
Lighter, please.
Lighter.
Right on, right on.
What did you have first?
I had that guy.
Oh, then
This
you're not
video
gonna
of
have
Marcus on his phone is so sexy.
What am I doing? What am I doing on my phone?
Probably
gargling
probably
peanut butter.
Tindering or some shit.
no.
I don't know.
Oh.
All right, so first brewery I
I
want
like
to talk
this.
about, you you will like. Maybe.
Yes,
maybe,
that's what I had.
Maybe. So it's Atlas Brewery. Dance of Days is the one that I brought. They actually are going to start canning. I think they already started actually. Silent Neighbor is the new stout that they should have.
What's it called?
Silent Neighbor. It should be coming out soon. Atlas, they put on a lot of metal shows. Like I know a lot of the guys that work there and girls. It's a really, really awesome brewery in Northeast. If you guys get a chance to check it out, you should go. Anyway, this is the Dance of Days. It's
I don't mind it.
Pale ale. I think you'll like it.
It pairs. I like how they put the pairs well with sharp cheddar, pad thai, and house shows.
I like
House
that.
shows.
Pad thai.
I like that, and I wish that more beers would
That's
do that.
actually really
You
cool.
don't have to think. Just get it and read and go with it.
Yeah.
I
It'll be
really
fine.
dig that. So explain the. Why? Are you?
Why, Jamie?
Why?
Why, Jamie?
Why are you smelling your fingers? Okay.
Do you really want to know?
Not really. Not really.
All right.
So, Caitlin, I want you to get it back up here. I have a couple questions. None of your laughing fits. So, tell us more about you. Like, where do you work? Like, what do you go to school for? Like, who are you? What do you do? Like, let's
All
talk
right.
about you.
Who
So-
the fuck are you, Caitlin?
I go to George Mason University. I am a biology student, and I'm a photography minor. So I do photography work on the side. I'm trying to like make a business out of it. I'm in the very beginning stages of that right now.
And she's amazing.
Thank you. So yeah,
I don't
so
think amazing covers it. Honestly speaking, like I've
talented.
seen these
So
pictures,
sweet.
and like my girl's always just like, yo, when we get a chance, like we already cleared it at Looking Glass. We're gonna take these family
have
photos.
no, you
Do we have
I,
any we
I
can
have you
upload?
guys like on my
Yeah,
list.
show the people.
Yeah,
Yes.
like we're on like the list for like family photos at the
Definitely.
bar.
So I guess since we're talking about the photography thing, I'll start with that real quick.
Okay.
So I started a project recently because I realized how underrepresented bartenders are in our community. Like we're a very good snapshot of DC
Okay.
because there's so many people that work in the industry and we represent a lot of different groups. So I wanted to kind of showcase that. So I started a photography project. It's like Humans of New York, but with DC bartenders. That's pretty much it. But with better pictures.
Yes.
I hope, anyway.
No, the pictures are definitely good. I've seen a few of them.
Thank you. But yeah, so that's my like ongoing project that I started. But I shoot wildlife, urban scenes, like whatever on the side.
So that was gonna be my question. Why'd you get into photography?
I've been into it since I was a teenager. It's just always been something that I've liked to do. And I made it my minor, and now I'm learning even more about it.
I
so.
find that really fascinating. You can make that your minor in school. I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
pretty obvious. That's something you could do.
Yeah,
You can make anything your minor in school.
this is true.
A
Story.
friend of
long
mine,
as it's
a
on the
friend-
curriculum.
A friend of mine took pop culture.
Pop culture as a minor.
That's
He
that's
actually
weird, but I
majored
mean,
in
I
it.
guess.
Major in pop culture.
Yes. There's only one college that does that.
What is your friend doing for a living now?
He's a bartender.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds
Your
about
friend is wasting his parents' money as a bar. Like,
Fair enough. So you biology.
Yeah, so I'm a that's my major is biology, concentration, conservation biology. So everyone who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with wildlife.
Elephants in general.
Elephants, yeah, those elephants are my favorite. I love all wildlife, but elephants are right now.
So
they're my
why
favorite.
why elephants?
They're super intelligent. They're the most pure creatures on the planet. That's if I have to give you a reason, like that's what the reason is. They're just amazing.
So Caitlin works at the zoo. Right
Yeah,
now.
I volunteer, yeah.
Yes.
So I volunteer on Mondays at the Elephant House. I help the keepers take care of the elephants that they have there. I'm starting an internship in January on Asia Trail with all the animals there that I'm very, very excited about. But right now, I'm just at the Elephant House one day a week.
Okay, so the elephant house. I've never been to the zoo here, so I'm assuming that's. Don't fucking look at me like that.
What?
I've been to a zoo. I haven't.
What's
been to
funny
the
is
zoo.
I didn't. If I looked at him in any way, I didn't mean to.
You really
but
did.
internally, I'm like,
You gotta go.
I've been to zoos. I've been to Salisbury Zoo. Never been
No.
to the
hey,
Baltimore.
hey, yo,
DC
Marcus, have you ever been to a zoo?
Yes.
Then you've been to the fucking zoo. Bro.
Thank you.
No.
no, he's never been
kinda
You've
to.
been to the fucking
He's
zoo.
never been to our zoo.
No.
Like,
I mean,
fuck a zoo. A zoo is a zoo.
no. The
Yes.
Smithsonian, the
Wrong.
DC
Yes.
Zoo is very
Yes.
different
All right.
than other.
Explain my
so-
ignorance. Tell me why
So,
it's better than the regular zoo.
So I'm just gonna preface
Do it.
this that I'm a vegan. So I talk to a lot of people that are against animals in captivity, like no matter what, right? But I'm also a vegan who's in wildlife conservation, and I know that zoos are necessary for that. So you want to go to accredited facilities in the United States. You don't want to go to like a roadside attraction, right?
Like a circus.
Yeah, no circuses, stuff like that. So there's a line. You know what I mean? It's not a black or white issue. As with most things, there's gray areas.
Okay.
So all of the elephants that we have are actually orphans or born in captivity. None of them could have survived in the wild ever.
And you're in like close contact with them, or
I help-
how close contact are you?
I mean, I'm close to them, but I'm really just helping the keepers. Sometimes we hang out with them, but really, like, the keepers are the main people that interact with them. It takes years to build relationships with them because they're so smart.
right.
Would you call them like urban elephants in the sense they've never been into wildlife?
Well, no,
In the
I mean,
wild.
they don't know. They
Oh,
don't they don't know that they haven't been in the wildlife. All they know is like, okay, we're comfortable. A lot of people always talk about wildlife and they talk about like, oh, well, they're in captivity and they would walk this far in the wild or whatever. Yeah, they're walking because they're trying to find food and water. They're not doing it because they want to.
Right.
Like you can't say what a wild animal wants to do. It's like if you had the choice to go out and hunt for all of your food or go to like Safeway a mile away, most of the time you're probably going to go to Safeway. You know, here and there you might want to go do something else, but it's about convenience and it's about survival. So a lot of people, you know, they think that they know what's best for wildlife, but if you're really in the field, you have a different perspective.
That's
on it.
gotta be fucking annoying having people from the outside coming in and be like, "Why are you looking at me like that?"
What counts as an orphan elephant?
Oh, so it happens all the time. So we have only Asian elephants here in DC, but it happens with African and Asian elephants. So poachers a lot of times will kill their parents, or their parents might get hit by a car, or they might fall in like a well,
Hold on, time
or
out. What car actually hurts an elephant?
you'd be surprised,
That was
especially if
gonna
it's
be
a
my next
smaller
question.
one. If it's a smaller one, or if it's like a big truck or something.
Like all right, so put
Like
in
if it's a
perspective.
smaller elephant.
Like a Mini Cooper?
Yeah, Asian
putting down an
elephants are a
elephant?
lot smaller than the African ones that most people see on TV.
And most people think.
What's your
of.
typical size though? All right, what's your typical size of an Asian as opposed to an African?
Asians are definitely smaller than African elephants, so I don't know, like, the... I know exactly why you're laughing right now.
I'm trying my best not to have this laughing fit, yo. Like,
All right, but that was pretty funny.
No, I get it.
That was good.
I get it.
That was good.
I get it.
Okay.
All right.
So size. I want to get in my head the size of an Asian.
The size of the elephant matters. Is
I'm
what,
just
is
gonna
what-
I'm just gonna take this shot, though.
Yeah. You go ahead. Put yourself in
Take the
timeout.
shot. Take the
yourself in
shot,
timeout.
Jamie. Take the shot.
First of all, I didn't know that the elephants at the zoo were only Asian elephants, and then I realized in retrospect, like,
Yeah.
African elephants have like the bigger ears,
big
and are
ears.
way larger in
Yeah.
size.
But that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, like would one fit in this room?
No.
Yeah, actually.
An African
yeah.
one would fit in this room.
Actually, probably an
little one.
Asian... No, probably an Asian and an African elephant would easily fit in this room.
Okay. So this is what?
but like
12 foot.
fit in it, but like not comfortably.
I mean, no, they would probably just hang out. You're still laughing?
No, what's funny is watching the delay feed of him laughing
Yeah.
while his laughing fit is going. It's really
It always
funny.
throws me off.
Jamie, that bottle's supposed to last us the whole.
Watch your mouth.
We're almost there. So more about these elephants. Like so, like I grew up watching Dumbo, and I fell in love with that movie. I thought like,
Fuck that movie. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Them fucking magpies and shit. I ain't seen your son no how. Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what?
I had no idea.
Jamie is not wrong in
Fuck
his,
that movie.
in
Explain
his
to me.
assessment.
And matter of fact, they're
It's
doing a
some
live action.
It's some Sambo ass shit.
Dumbo
The-
live action's coming out first, and they're not gonna have the magpies.
They better not
Quotation
have the
mark.
magpies.
But I'm gonna tell you right now,
gotcha,
fuck
gotcha.
Dumbo. Like, oh, have you seen Dumbo? I ain't seen that. No how. Or whatever. You got
Why
three
did you give me
Samboing ass coon
Coonery.
fucking
Alright.
crows out
Cookery.
there.
So you're mad that they took the racist?
No, I'm super hype about it, but still, I still ain't gonna fucking support that movie. Fuck Dumbo.
Coonery.
So what do you feel about the new Lion King?
Oh my
Lion King.
God, I'm so
I'm so
excited.
I'm gonna tell you right now, depending on who plays Rafiki, I'll be okay with
What do you
it.
mean, depending on? It's already.
It's
Who's playing
already
Rafiki?
Look it up.
Yo, use your phone.
Is
to
it Lou
Google that
Ross?
shit.
I think it's the same
Is it
person.
Lou Ross? You'll never find.
I can't
Anyways,
All right, let's get back to our guest.
yo, James Earl Jones. Like, shout
Yeah,
out.
he's
still there?
he's
Let's
still
get back.
there.
He's
Let's
still
get
gonna
back.
be the good one.
Still
So,
doing it.
all right, so Caitlin, carry on. You were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Before we
So
hijacked you.
I don't even know where we were at.
The zoo's elephants, Africans, and Asians.
Yeah. So we only have. Don't start laughing.
Asian elephants.
Asian elephants right now. But yeah, so That's what I do currently, but I'm like involved in wildlife conservation as a whole.
And you're going to Kenya, right?
I am going to Kenya for 2 weeks in January for a wildlife conservation biology course.
So you'll actually be taking classes.
Oh yeah, it's a 3-credit course. Like, it's going to be a lot of work. But it's good. We're going to talk to a lot of scientists like in the field there about what they're doing within the local communities and in Africa to actually help the wildlife that's there.
I mean, you want to go?
I wanted to bring it back real quick. For those who aren't familiar and those who have never been to the National Zoo, will you explain what the Asian Trail is?
Yeah, so Asia Trail, it's kind of like, so it's divided into parts based on where the animals would live in the wild, right? So you have American Trail with like seals and wolves and bald eagles. Asia Trail has pandas, red pandas, clouded leopards, sloth bears, Asian animals.
Gotcha.
And so forth and so on. Like,
Okay.
it's divided up by where they would live naturally. So Asia Trail is the Asian animals that they have there.
Excellent.
Mammals, the reptiles are in the reptile house and all that.
Mammals.
Mammals.
So, you just to shift gears, you have started a project called, you already did the photographers, bartenders of DC.
Yeah.
But actually, I want to go more.
Let's
I want.
talk a little
I want to
more
go more into that. How many bartenders? So what are you doing? You're profiling bartenders. I know
Yes.
Val was one of yours.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who was
one
your
of the
first
ones.
bartender?
The first one was Emily, I think it was. Yeah.
Emily works where?
Rainey. She works at Ancho. How do you say Ancho Cidery, right?
And
Yeah.
she works at St. X too.
Shout out Emily.
Shout out to Emily Rainey.
Oh, I know Emily.
Yeah,
So
she's
how
really
many-
cool.
How many have you done so far?
So I've only done, 4,
Okay.
3, 4.
So are you doing this weekly? How
I'm
are you doing
it
this?
whenever I have the time to do it, because I have to go to the bar, I have to take the pictures, I have to go home, edit them, get them online. It's a whole thing.
You have to wait for somebody to write out their editorial
Valerie.
that sometimes takes 2 or 3 weeks when she asks for
1
it.
week. 1.5.
You know what a really
1.5
good thing about this
weeks.
is, though? A really good thing about these pictures is that a lot of people don't realize that when they see us as bartenders, they think that we do not have lives
Yeah.
outside of these bars.
You're our babysitters
You know what I
and you
mean?
get us drunk.
Like, I literally, like, people are like, oh my God, why aren't you having a good time right now? And I'm just like, oh.
You're drunk and I hate you.
Because, like, I'm working.
Because I got real world problems.
Yeah.
And, like, I had to clean up your friend's throw up off this bar. And I just got, like, I just had to stop a fist fight. But you're having a good time, Fireball, need a chaser. You're not getting it.
Tipping 7%.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So-
why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, it's like, that to me is, like,
technically-
amazing work.
Did you just look
5,
it up?
including yourself.
Okay, so 4, because I don't include
Can we
myself.
can we say who's been on done?
Yeah.
So it's been Caitlin,
Well, that was a cell phone picture that I just shared to get it started.
Yeah, but
But-
that's
Emily
all right.
Rainey,
yes.
Lolo at DC9,
Lolo.
myself,
Don't forget her real name.
Valerie Torres at Valerie Torres on
Lauren
Facebook,
McGrath.
and Andrew Shapiro
I saw
at
I,
Dino's.
I saw Andrew.
Yep. I actually have about 35 bartenders have messaged me to be on this.
I think this is a pretty cool project.
I think it'd be a really good
it's
series that
great.
can,
Yeah.
can
No,
go really
I
far.
definitely want to get. Some of you that might be listening to this might hear from me this week, actually, because I'm gonna, set up some times to go photograph some people. But I definitely want it to take off. I want us to be more well known within the DC community by far.
And I have a good idea that we'll share after the show together.
All right, sounds good.
Don't say it like that.
Oh, shut up. So let's get some of your social medias out right now. Let's do
Yeah.
the bartender thing.
So Bartenders of DC is literally Bartenders of DC. It's on Instagram and it's on Facebook. It's not on Twitter. It doesn't need to be.
No.
And then my photography is Schiavone Photography, and it is Schiavone Photo on Instagram. That is also my website, and it is Schiavone Photography on Facebook.
Spell, just in case.
SCHIAFONI. If you guys just go, I guess, on the video, you can see it and everything. 'Cause
And we'll share the link on that on
Yeah.
our spot. So we're going to take a 45-second break right now. We're going to move on, come back, talk about Mayor Bowser.
And Mumbo sauce.
and beer.
This
Gotta
break
get
is
to that.
brought to you by St. Arnold's, who is offering a chance for you to join their loyalty program to automatically receive $5 off with your next purchase. Text BIER to 80777. That is BIER to 80777. We'll be back in a minute.
Cool,
All right, cool.
Oh, welcome back from our piss break. That was great. How's everybody feel?
Great.
Thank God the
It's
bathroom.
called Tinkle Time.
Whatever.
Empty-ish.
Fuck. Listen,
Tinkle time.
we try not to take breaks here, but sometimes when you're filling up on beer, booze, and fucking Mad Dog, you have to go. So I want to talk about something that's very close to my heart. Being a chef, I pride myself on studying cultures and learning cultures. And like when I was studying Mexican cuisine, I learned about the Mesoamericans and how the Indians and the Spaniards and how Tex-Mex was created, how Mexican food was created. Going to Ireland, go to New Orleans. If you go to New Orleans, there's 5 different cultures. So if you can learn the food of an area, you learn the history and the culture of an area. So this week, our lovely Mayor Bowser, who I used to think very highly of,
I did too.
had a
Don't
very...
say it like that.
She
Don't
had,
say
well,
it
no,
like that.
she said some ignorant shit this week, and I'm going to hand this off to Jamie because he's extremely passionate about it, and I'll come back and back around on it.
Okay, so the whole thing is saying that mumbo sauce is trash.
She pretty much said she's tired of everybody asking her about mumbo sauce.
Hold up.
She's
You were
annoyed
gonna
by
lead
it.
off on this.
I know,
You
I
don't
know,
understand what's
and
going
I
on
let
here?
Marcus keep talking.
So what
everyone
she's
says
saying,
I'm interrupting people.
she basically said, I didn't hear about mumbo sauce until I was a teenager or to an
Until I was
adult,
an
woman.
adult.
and it's not quintessential to DC. Now, here's the thing: mumbo sauce originally, like you and I talked about, was a brown sauce.
It was a brown sauce from Chicago.
From Chicago.
From Southside.
Okay. So when it came here, it was still a brown sauce. But then when the Koreans started taking a real lot the
They
carry
were more of the duck sauce route.
well, they did because you had
like a little
you
duck
had
sausage.
people still asking for
Yeah.
the sauce. This is what I've heard from.
It basically was an amalgam. It's evolved to. It's an amalgamation of
Yes.
all of the barbecue, the ketchup, the honey.
well, when
And
they moved
also,
in, they still
DC
had
is in a very strange place when it comes to sauces.
explain.
Explain is in like, okay, cool. You go a little north. Okay, you go 150 miles, right? You got. Damn it, y'all gonna call me out for this. You got Philly, or whatever.
No, but you're
You
right.
know
You're
what I
right.
mean? And then like you got
right.
you got a town full of Jews, Irish, and Italian.
Got it.
Okay, and that's why our food is the way it is.
Yeah.
You go to Delaware, it's literally damn near the same thing.
But with a
you know
little
what I mean?
Dutch influence on
But a
it,
little
where
Dutch
that's where
influence.
Scrapple comes from.
You know what I mean? So you go into Washington D.C. and somebody off of whatever fucking boat or train came down to from Chicago and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick this sauce."
How many boats from Chicago came here?
Watch your mouth, whore. I know I made a mistake, and I will take a shot for it.
How many boats?
But no,
We
like
came
this,
over
this
here
is
on the
this is the thing.
Mayflower.
This is
The
the thing.
PCP
From
boat.
Chicago.
All right, let's go.
The PCP boat, though.
Oh
Jesus.
shit! Yo.
But no, all right. So like DC, as far as I'm concerned, is that their thing is mumbo sauce and
why?
and mixes. Mumbo sauce and a mix. Let me get 4 wings and fries with a mix.
All right.
Mumbo sauce on everything. Salt, pepper, ketchup can be
Can
included.
I just
Let's
say?
just throw this right there.
I just want to say something real quick. I love mumbo sauce with my chicken. I do not believe in drenching my food with any sauce.
I did mine.
I dip.
Yeah.
I'm a dipper. I like my
Yeah,
chicken. I
fuck
like my chicken crispy. I like my
all of
fries
that.
No, but I
crispy.
want
I don't want my shit all soggy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because it sat in the fucking sauce.
It's only soggy if you don't get to the crib soon enough.
Nah,
As
I'm
in, like,
hungry.
look, if you got your 4 wings and fries,
I'll take
and
my
you
sauce
put
on
that,
the-
you wait. Give me
I'll
a second.
put my
Give me a
sauce
second.
on the-
It gets soggy. You get your 4 wings and fries. You get home, and then you decide you're gonna roll your blunt, and then it got soggy.
All right, keep
How
going.
about you just get your shit on the side and then you pour it on when you fucking ready?
I agree.
Because
Or
I'm
dip it
too high by the time I'm about to eat it.
You know
Anyway,
what?
let's go back to what you were saying. Let's go.
But what I'm saying is like, all right, Marion Bowser, you couldn't fucking lie to me,
You
goddamn
said
it.
Marion Bowser.
I said Miriam.
Wow.
You couldn't lie to me.
Her name is Muriel.
You gotta take another shot.
How about this?
a
I'm lying
shot.
to the bitch because I told her her name wrong. What I'm saying is that I like her and I like her policies, but not for nothing. That put the world's most sour taste in my mouth.
And he's had some sour
As
shit
somebody,
in his
as somebody from another city who claims is DC is his home, and I love me some mumbo sauce, no matter where it comes from or what the origins is. But my introduction to DC food was initially mumbo sauce, and for me, when I got them fries, I was like, "This is amazing. This is great. This is literally outside of a half smoke from a shitty ass place that I'm not allowed to mention anymore. Is amazing." And then for her to say that, it felt like it was a smack in the face to the city.
I feel like it is too. Sorry, I keep hearing something. Either I'm hallucinating.
No, the door's
not
still
me.
open and there's somebody out there. Somebody shut the door.
All right, so that was me having a
Yeah,
fucking
that's right.
hallucinated fit.
Yeah, actually, close the door. Val, close the door.
Oh, it's the fucking computer.
Give Val a shot. Give Val a shot.
Val gives a
Oh,
shot,
Val bullshitting.
and she
Hold
gets to
up,
close the
wait a
door.
So do y'all feel like the Bowser should have just kept her mouth shut?
Yes.
Okay, because
Here's
you're the
thing.
mayor of the city.
Mayor, to Mayor Bowser, I say this
I don't know
to
why
you.
she thought that was a
I
good
say,
idea.
here's the thing. I say this to you. I know that you grew up in like North Michigan Park, Fort Totten area, which is, you know, the black middle class neighborhood of Washington, D.C. So maybe you weren't exposed to the carryout like a lot of us were that, you know, had to go to the carryout because
Right.
that was just what poor motherfuckers had to do. What you should have done
Just not say shit.
is kept your fucking pie hole shut on that because all you did was make yourself look like a Bama, you know, and alienate and ostracize. You know, it's just it was just really incredibly unnecessary.
I feel like she's gonna rake some leaves
Like,
with Trump.
why?
Yeah,
I didn't-
that was,
why?
that was
No,
a very.
don't-
It was almost pseudo. It's pseudo Trumpian. It's
Like,
pseudo
why did
Trumpian
you
to
even
just say
say
something
it?
to say something blatantly ignorant with no real thought of like what the impact was going to be.
Like one of her
what
interns should have
have
been like,
you.
no.
Like,
Yeah.
No.
First
Bruh,
of all,
like-
her tweet starts off with, "Is anyone else annoyed by mumbo sauce?" Bitch, fuck you.
Right? That's what pissed me off. Like,
Who the
she's
fuck
gotta
do you
know
think you
that, like-
fucking are? Fuck you.
that's like saying.
How about this? Get
Fuck you,
caught
lady.
smoking crack with a hooker in a hotel room. You can talk shit about mumbo
And
sauce.
they get reelected.
And then get reelected. Otherwise, shut your fucking mouth.
Okay. All right. So, this
Hashtag
this is
crushing boo for mayor.
I mean, come on, like.
But no, here's the thing. Here's the thing that you got to realize. You have to realize there is that black moment of separatism. Like
That was some
you know,
pickaninny ass.
I know.
That's some
I
Uncle
get
Tom
that.
ass.
I get that.
some
But
Aunt
again,
Tamina ass.
again, you got to understand. Like, all right, like maybe
I?
maybe she had a better life.
No.
Do
maybe
I?
she had a better life. Just
Okay.
let me finish. Maybe she had a better life. Maybe she was in Jack and Jill. Maybe she saw some things. Maybe she went to an all-white school. I have no idea what the fuck this
How
bitch
many
is
all
fucking.
white schools are in D.C.?
I have a
None.
confession. to make.
I was gonna say.
I'm curious.
That's
I
not
have
what I'm
a
saying. That's what I'm
confession to
saying.
make.
But
I have
there's
a-
a chance.
That's a
There's
lie.
a chance. There's a chance that she grew up with someone telling her that, oh, poor black trash eat mumbo sauce. There's a chance. This is my conspiracy theory that someone told her growing up that like only poor people eat that shit.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I have a confession to make. Born in D.C., raised in Montgomery and PG County. I, too, did not experience mumbo sauce until I was in my early 20s. The difference between myself and the mayor is that, A, I enjoy mumbo sauce. B, I'm not going to sit here and question its validity
Yes.
and then say some ignorant shit like, I wish people would stop suggesting that it is quintessential DC. Bitch, it was here before you fucking knew about it. It's going to be here after you are dead and fucking gone.
And that's the end of the
Get
argument.
over your fucking self.
That is the
Stick
end of the
to
argument.
mayoring. I cordially invite you to slow
So your role.
your
Yeah.
fucking roll.
I don't know why she thought it was a good idea. Like,
She didn't.
I'll be
Some-
the first to admit I don't like mumbo sauce just because it's not spicy enough. That's
Fine.
why.
And that's why I add hot
but
sauce
it
to my
is-
mumbo.
But exactly. But it is still quintessential. It is DC.
It is DC.
Like I know that. I'm not
DC
going to
as
say
fuck.
it's not.
It is DC.
And
as
you're
It
not
is DC
gonna
as
sit
fuck.
there and like as a
No.
transplant come in and be like,
Absolutely not.
You know who's
Right?
less
Why?
than DC as fuck as mumbo sauce?
Muriel Bowser.
Our fucking mayor, Muriel Bowser.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, and I
Oh,
really, let me tell you,
wait. We get into a real
Let me
dangerous
tell
spot
you,
though.
and I really
The
like
dude from
her.
Philly,
Real
you
dangerous
only get to
spot.
say so much.
All right, so
No,
let's
fuck that noise,
Stop
because
it.
the dude from fucking Delaware and New Orleans get to say a lot more. What I'm saying
One,
is-
I'm a chef, so I
But
can actually make
listen.
mumbo sauce now.
that's
out of
fine.
these-
That's
He
fine.
can make
that's
mumbo sauce
fine.
out of the shit at this table. So
I guarantee I can make mumbo sauce out
Also,
of
if
mango.
you can make
Caitlin
make
Mann.
mumbo sauce out of
What?
wild Irish rose white, god damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna
But
make a
hang
mumbo
on.
sauce out of Mad Dog.
I mean, like, I think out of everybody here, I've probably been here the longest. Probably.
When you get her,
She's twice your age.
she's fucking with you.
I didn't mean it like that. Shit.
Whoa, shit, son.
I mean,
fucking shit.
Well, you're like in your 20s. She's
Wild
my
Eastern
age.
mysticism.
I'm older than you.
Thank you for that, and so glad that you're
So
not
her and
sitting
I
in
are
for
the
her.
same age, so I can
No,
kind of say
I'm
that.
older. I mean, like, I've been here a long time.
Big Daddy gonna bow out of this
And
one.
I grew up in Baltimore, so I've been in the Baltimore, Washington area.
So is Mumbo in Baltimore?
No, I mean,
Not the Beltway.
not really. But like, I've been in this. I've been in this area for pretty much all my life, And for her to say that, like, it wasn't quintessential DC,
It's
she shouldn't have
ridiculous.
fucking said it.
It's like saying.
She
It's
shouldn't
like saying the
have
Redskins
fucking
are from
said it.
Landover.
Look, I'm being hyperbolic when I say this, but it's almost like her saying Black lives don't matter. It's just like.
Ish.
Or we
I'm
should
being
build,
hyperbolic.
Right? I
I'm being
mean, yeah.
hyperbolic.
or we
being
should build
hyper-
another apartment complex. Or
You know,
fucking-
how about this? Yeah.
But,
Why,
like, I mean, already.
why don't you work on fucking affordable housing?
right on.
I mean,
Miss-
when you
Miss
already have
Mayor,
an issue
Madam Mayor.
with like affordable housing and lots of other
Stay
things,
in
and
your
like
fucking lane.
and like people accusing you of like promoting gentrification.
I
Like,
really don't
this guy-
understand why she thought it was a good idea.
And-
Like,
I
I
don't
just don't get
understand.
it.
Like, who told her that that was a good idea to say that?
Nobody.
You remember that
fucking
H&M
make any sense.
advertisement? You remember that H&M advertisement?
got
It's like the,
destroyed.
the
Nobody.
coolest monkey in the jungle or whatever.
Yes, it's right up there with
And
that
they
type
put
of
that
shit.
they put that on some little black kid
I
or
remember
whatever.
that.
Remember that shit or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah, I remember
That's
that.
the type of stuff you see. Like, yo, didn't nobody be like, "Hey, cuz,
That's not smart.
like,
Let's not do
bruh,
that.
like, not a good idea." Like, who the fuck is in your chambers
Green lighted this.
or whatever? Because I'd have been in there like,
All right,
All right.
we're moving to the next stop.
So yeah, moving right along. Show of hands. Everyone in this room, if you've ever been banned from Facebook or any other social media for something
no, I
that you
haven't been
posted.
banned.
I get banned
either.
at least once a month.
Okay, so yeah, we basically are at a point right now where maybe it's the Facebook algorithm, or who's the dude at Twitter? It's like on at Twitter, it's like Joe or something at Twitter.
Chris Twitter.
It's something like that. Like when Facebook first started, it was Tom at Facebook.
No, that's MySpace. That's
Oh,
MySpace.
That was MySpace.
MySpace.
Yeah,
Sorry,
get-
damn, I just fucking totally fell.
Shout-
Tom. Now people don't even know what social media he started.
But anyway, so Facebook has been banning people left and right for
They
all
banned me
kinds
for
of shit.
Smoky White Devil.
Banning
They-
or like
Marcus got-
flagging them.
Wait, why did you get banned?
Marcus got
Because-
banned for reposting. No, he got banned for commenting
I think Marcus has been banned
on
twice
a
on my
post
shit.
that Jamie posted, where this dude in the video, he's like this redneck country dude
From Alabama.
from Alabama,
Nope,
going
nope,
on
nope.
about
And the
going
YouTube-
on about is basically his love of crack and freebase.
Hey,
It's his love of
It's not
freebase.
crack. It's freebase.
It's his love of freebase. I don't know why they call it free. It costs you a house.
and
They
he
should call it
calls
home
and he
basing.
called it Smoky White
Shout out to
Devil.
Robin Williams.
Okay.
So the name of the video is Smoky White Devil. So Jamie posted it, and I just put in my comments, "Fuck yeah, Smoky White." Well, it was just Smoky White Devil.
Yeah.
And they sent me a text saying this goes against our hate policy or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just repeated the name of the. Like, if you go to YouTube and put in Smoky White Devil, this is the video that comes up.
Quick sidebar. I pissed myself when you told me you got banned for that.
For your
I
video.
mean, that
You
is-
got banned for me posting a video of some white man talking.
And he
He
just-
literally
and he
says,
commented.
"Oh, I don't do freebase no more. But man, if I do that tequila, Shelly better look out because she know I'm coming upside her head.
Yeah,
she know I'm
it's-
coming
it's-
upside her head."
The whole video glorifies drug abuse and
It's
domestic
terrible.
violence.
And then at the end of it, he
and-
says, "Well, I still might freebase every once in a while though."
right, and you know, but Marcus's one comment got him banned for how long?
Week
2
and a half.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I have been
God.
banned from both Twitter and Facebook. I think I got banned for.
Fuck, you get banned
I got
for Twitter.
I got banned from Twitter.
Show your dick or something?
For no, I tweeted at Tommy Lauren that I heard that she was a stripper at one point.
How is that even horrible?
Allegedly.
Was it like you suck dick for a living?
Allegedly.
No, you know what? And I've actually tweeted way worse shit than that, and there was no problem.
Nothing wrong with sex workers, by the way.
Nothing wrong with sex
Tommy
workers.
Lauren's a lot worse than all
Nothing
of
wrong.
you.
Hey. So this whole thing
Real
starts
shit.
because Facebook removed the Anne Frank Center's post promoting Holocaust education.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
So now in the throes of, first of all, for those of you who have been paying attention this week, Facebook shares took a fucking serious nosedive. Their viewership is decreasing and maybe at an all-time low. I personally only go on there to promote this show and my own other narcissistic things. But my days of scrolling and liking and commenting and shit have been pretty much behind me. And so there's questions now as to whether or not the quote-unquote algorithm is out of sync or out of whack or
Or
needs to
racist?
be, or too sensitive. Well, it's
Too
weird because
sensitive.
It's too sensitive to white people.
well, if Nazis can post shit and it doesn't get taken down,
And black
but
men can get shown shot.
you can post Smoky White Devil and get banned, then
And
something
you can't tell I'm white, so
there's no consistency.
Are
Come
you?
on.
Where's the consistency?
I've seen you.
Where's and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but ever since, you know, the whole scandal with like Cambridge Analytica and Facebook selling off our info,
Yeah.
I have not really been that motivated to want to spend every waking moment of my free time.
Do you guys think that maybe like
Scrolling
when they
and-
ban certain people, like it's based off of what people report? So maybe that's just showing like.
Oh,
the
I got reported on.
No,
I
that's
got
what I'm
reported
saying,
on. It
like,
had like
maybe
a
it's just-
shit duck fit on the DC industry page.
No, but my thing
know what I
was
mean?
the one I got when I got banned for the Smoky White Devil. I've been banned by other people saying this is what you said, and it tells you how you get banned.
Yeah.
So this one told me I went against their policies.
It was
And then
there's a general banishment, and then there's one that's for a specific.
Yeah.
This post
Okay,
got
okay.
tagged
Yeah.
because it had
hate
nudity
speech. They basically
or
said I gave
nudity
hate
or
speech
inappropriate. Yeah.
because I said Smoky White Devil.
And that's why I'm saying that, like, I think that, like, the algorithm is a little sensitive. Like, it's a little.
It's a
Is
little
it
sensitive
sensitive or is it just white?
It's no, it's
might
sensitive
be
towards
white.
white.
I
It's
think
totally
it's-
sensitive towards white because I guarantee I could say something about white. I guarantee I could say the same conversation towards the black culture or the white culture. I'll have the black culture one up and the white one will get fucking taken down.
Can I just say something about Mark Zuckerberg? Until Mark Zuckerberg uses his vast wealth
And power.
and power to say pull a LeBron James and build a school,
And he can make a change.
This man has the ability to make a positive fucking impact. Until he does that,
Fuck him.
fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Because he can change his whole culture and his whole country like that.
You know, like
He has that much power where he can change the nation.
Can I play devil's advocate?
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Let's
Totally.
play devil's advocate real fast.
Yes, keep it
we'll
spicy.
say we get rid of the ban. Any type of ban. You can say whatever.
No.
You can say whatever the flying fuck you want to. Where do you think that goes?
That's how we ended up with Trump as president.
Thank you. That's what what I was about to say.
Sorry, I broke a rule. Give me a shot. I never say his name. Scrotus.
But that's the same
Hashtag
thing.
Scrotus.
But all right, so I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I remember I'm 40 now. I remember when I was 19, I didn't want to get a credit card because I didn't want the government to know shit about me. I didn't want the government to know shit about me. Now
you
the
can't get
fucking
one.
the government knows fucking
They know
everything,
about you.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened in 20 years? We're fucking
Like, here's the thing. All of us talked about mumbo sauce tonight. Guarantee you, if we go on
We're gonna
social
get
media,
some Mumbo
we
Yeah, we're
will
gonna
see
get
a
some fucking-
fucking ad
we
for
are.
Mumbo Sauce or vote for Muriel Bowser
all right, so
or
you know what's crazy?
some other
So-
fucking
We're gonna
shit.
get some.
So
Mumbo
I
sauce.
have Netflix and stuff like on demand at my house. All the commercials are dictated towards me and my 30-some roommates.
Yeah, commercials on Netflix?
No. I'm
Commercials on
just saying,
Netflix?
I'm just talking about like cable and shit. Like the commercials that when you go on demand, they like have specially commercials that come on in between certain things. They are dictated towards me. My parents are in their 60s and 70s. The exact same program, like the same kind of like internet thing I was watching at their house, was totally dictated towards retirement and all this other shit. So I'm like having this like epiphany, just like holy shit. we are-
Geritol.
That's
Yeah,
not.
but-
That should not be an epiphany.
Timeshare.
Though. That
Well,
should not
it's
be an
not,
epiphany.
but it was
what
just-
you have to
it was
realize,
one of
what you have to
those-
realize is, outside of our age range, you have to remember this is the age of spin. Right now, I can go on. Say I want to say the Holocaust didn't happen. I can Google Holocaust didn't happen and find a billion different articles
Fuck yeah.
to make me feel like
So what
I'm
do we
right.
do?
And that was okay, and that's what the people from the Anne Frank was saying. You can have all these articles about how it isn't real, but we're trying to promote peace and happiness, and
and
I know,
knowledge,
but
knowledge
a couple-
and education.
you're going to ban us.
Right.
which
A
shouldn't
couple
happen.
months ago, me and Boo had this conversation on air, and it was literally, as people who have children, how do you decipher?
You just got to be good parents, and that's
How do you decipher? Because again, that motherfucker at the Westboro Baptist Church who is going to go to somebody's funeral tomorrow, whose 22-year-old son just died in Afghanistan, and go out there and be like, oh, your son died because they left faggots in the military. And I said that just that hard, just for that fucking reason, is going to go online and be like, oh, well, why are there faggots in the military? And he's going to find an article to make him feel better about what he's about to do, to what type
There's
of
somebody out there
feelings
pushing all
and
kinds of garbage
destroy
to help you
what type of
justify
feelings
what
he
kind
is
of
going to have and destroy somebody's day that fast. And that's just one example. That's just one example.
I mean, that's the same thing with the NRA and why this whole fucking fight for the Second Amendment is going to be so hard to defeat because you have the fear mongers, you have people who are scared,
I would like to know what the NRA pays in taxes.
probably as much as churches.
So nothing. Well
I
played.
like having another
Wait,
atheist sitting right
is
next
it-
to
Thank
me
you, atheism. High five on that.
because we never killed anybody unless
Yeah,
you get on
we
our fucking
didn't.
nerves.
We don't push our shit on anyone.
You know they say the atheists
Whoa, whoa,
know
whoa.
the most
Atheists
about
wage
religions
war for
than,
profit.
Yeah, we do.
anyone.
I actually
It's how we
Atheists-
know it's all bullshit.
Atheists wage war for profit and use religion as a tool in their
I
machinations.
actually
to
studied
make
in
it happen.
college. I studied religion.
You know?
I've read the Quran. I've read the fucking John
Like,
Smith Bible.
If you were going to be,
Yeah.
I've read the Bible for
I'm
the
telling
most
you,
part.
man, most
But if you were
atheists
gonna be
are
a I have
all
first
three of them
on
in my house.
religion.
but if you were going to be a successful dictator or authoritarian, the best thing that you could do is
play
learn
religion.
how to manipulate.
Yeah.
Wait, we all saw the book of
Religion.
Eli, right? Why was he
Yeah.
chasing Eli around? Because
I
that
never saw that
Bible is
shit.
a weapon.
I did not see that movie.
Religion,
It's the same-
religion
it's-
is a weapon.
It's the same
It is.
reason why
It
Trump
is.
got elected. He said 20 years ago he was going to go after the right because they're idiots, and he's going to do the hate and the fucking
he's
religion
right.
thing, and he's doing it, and he did it. He played us all.
What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Exactly. Hashtag.
So here we are at the end of the show. We're going to make our way out over the next 10 minutes. We're going to talk about St. Arnold's real quick.
Oh, yes. So once again, shout out to our first and our inaugural sponsors, St.
Yes.
Arnold's. Like, we really do appreciate you guys partnering up with us and giving us the love. And for those of you that are into trivia, District Trivia will be at St. Arnold's Muscle Bar every Wednesday night at 7:30. Come get your nerd.
In the Abbey.
Get your nerd on. Get your happy hour in the Abbey. Wait, say that again?
In the Abbey.
In the Abbey.
The Speakeasy.
The Speakeasy.
Downstairs in the
downtown.
Abbey.
Ah, see, these are the details that we need to know. These are very important. But yes, yes, indeed. Shout out to our sponsors. Thanks again. Marcus?
Caitlin, get your ass back up here and talk.
Look, I'm getting the beers
I
out.
see the beer.
Give
Give
us-
it go
but
somebody
you need-
else.
Give
and
us
then
your,
come back.
give us, yeah,
You need-
we'll come back. We'll come back to her.
All right.
Come back.
So we're going to change the final thoughts. So I'm going to give a little sneak peek. A lot of things will be changed over the couple weeks. I can't tell you every detail of what's going on.
No details.
But what we're going to do with the final thoughts, we're going to end it instead of your thoughts for the week. Trying to get away from the more Trumpism and try to go towards
Less
the more,
angry ranting, more
less
more uplifting,
Because I feel like venting
spiritual.
and ranting is kind of like negative. Bill and I have been on a mushroom trip for the past 2 months, so we're now kind of
That's a
we're
problem.
coming
Allegedly.
to allegedly.
Allegedly.
I've been listening to the Grateful Dead all week because I've been driving to the beach back and forth.
That's
And,
called Cassidy.
and did you not know
Called
that when you
Cassidy.
drive to Delaware or towards the beach, towards east at 7:30 in the morning with sunrise, you can't see shit.
No, bring shades.
I have pictures to prove it. I didn't see shit for an hour and a half. I couldn't
So
see.
while
the
you were
fucking
driving, you
sunburn
were
on your
taking
face.
pictures. Did you kill somebody's baby?
Did you?
Just some chickens while driving through Salisbury.
I hate all of you. So I'm gonna go with asshole Jamie. Jamie, what's your thoughts for the week?
You know what? I'm actually gonna
All
switch
right,
this up
Bill.
real fast. I'm gonna switch this up real fast. A buddy of mine kicked this week, and
Sorry
this
about
is one of my best friends, gentleman by the name of Brian Good. I played t-ball with this guy,
Let's
and I legitimately appreciate the fact that I've had someone in my life like that gentleman. And honestly speaking, I appreciate you guys for letting me have this moment real fast. So, ladies and gentlemen, to a good friend of mine at 33 years old, to Brian Good.
I'm good.
Hashtag fuck cancer.
Hashtag fuck cancer.
Brian Good.
If I may.
You may.
So this being the weekend, post-Thanksgiving weekend, my takeaway from this week is that, you know, with all of the crazy going on in the world, like it's always this sort of stereotypical thing where Thanksgiving is something to be dreaded because, you know, you're going to be surrounded by relatives who think differently from you and you're all going to fight and whatnot. I had quite possibly the most low-key, chill Thanksgiving with in-laws that I'm sure if we had broached the subject, we would have not agreed about stuff. But you know what we did? We just kept the conversation about shit that we like. Shit, you know what I mean? Like
Kept it
it's-
about family.
You know how easy it is to get through a meal when you talk about the things you enjoy, the things you all have in common, as opposed to the things that separate us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I'm thankful for family and friends. Thankful for the opportunity to live in a country that, while it's going through its fucking some more growing pains or whatever, still is the fucking best place in the fucking world to live. And
sure.
I really, really hope that we stop shooting rubber bullets and tear gassing people that only want to come here and make their lives better.
Can I counter that?
No.
You can't?
Yes.
I'm going to. You got to keep disagreeing with your racist family members and your homophobic family members and the people that are not on the side of immigrants, even if it's uncomfortable.
If it comes up in conversation, absolutely.
Bring
but
it up in
If it don't,
conversation.
I believe in a don't start don't start none, won't be none mentality.
Don't start no
Start
shit.
all the time.
But if they
Start
bring
shit
shit
all
up,
the
if they
time.
bring shit up, oh, I'm Captain
Yeah.
fucking crush some shit. So
Crush some shit.
Now that you brought that up, honestly speaking, I just got back from Nashville. I have never seen hate used so casually
Right.
before in my motherfucking life.
What's the farthest south you ever been?
Oh, I've been deep down in the South, but Miami doesn't count. So
just so you
but,
guys know,
like-
I grew up in Alabama with gay parents.
Right.
Like I have a fucking degree in this bullshit.
right.
Her
wow.
parents,
How did
she
you
has
deal with
two-
that shit?
I
She
left.
has 2 moms.
Yeah.
How's your mom's fucking doing
How are
that
your
shit?
folks? Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, they're. I mean, a
Are they
lot
still
of our,
down there?
I'm sure
Yeah,
they're
still
fine
down
because she's
there.
not like killing someone right now.
No,
Like-
I mean they're still down there. I mean, and a lot
Right.
of our family is great about it, but it's still Alabama, and you still face that. I grew up with that my entire life. Yeah.
Yeah, Pam.
No, one of my best friends, Bud League Pascal, him and his husband's a military guy. They had a child most recently, and like the conversation we had was that the children that we have get to shape what happens later on. But he posted something on Facebook a couple years ago, and I was like, "Yo, I will fight to the death for your right to be happy."
Yeah.
Yep. Val, what's your takeaway this week?
My takeaway is with Thanksgiving, you know, this year has been very trying, I feel like. Like, very trying. But I think that it has also afforded me a lot of amazing friendships, which I'm very thankful for.
Aww.
Drunk white girls in a bar.
Oh.
No,
I mean, we're both
if
Asian, by the
y'all-
way. I don't know.
Are you?
yes, partly.
Drunk Asians in a bar.
I'm
Yep.
just saying that, like, if there is a silver lining
Yeah.
to all
just
of
said,
this,
Wait. Go ahead.
If
Let's.
there's a
That's
white
a-
line,
If
that's
there's
a-
a white
that's in
lining,
somebody's pocket.
If there's
there's
a
a-
white lining Kavanaugh for president,
if there's a white line on the bar,
God.
cracker.
Oh.
there is a silver lining to all of this fucking shit in 2018 as we're edging towards the end of this year.
edging.
We are edging.
Shout out to edging.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I hear you.
I
I
am
hear
thankful
you.
for the people that I have
Yeah.
become friends with.
Me too. Me too.
Because I love
Been through a lot of bullshit this year, but I have a
A
lot of good
lot of
friends out of
bullshit.
it. So, you know.
shit.
77 got me some friends.
Yo, that's the okay. Can I just say
Go.
real
That's what
quick
I'm
that
saying.
Initiative 77 is the main reason I started the Bartenders for DC project was because I saw throughout the entire fucking process how people do not like know enough about us and see us as people, and they want to make decisions
that's
for
real.
us. I mean, you know,
Right.
we have families, we have lives, we know what we want. Stop.
And I was actually gonna say something when you were talking about that. Like 77, even though I'm not a traditional bartender. Yes, but that's exactly what I was saying. I like how we're on the same page. So 77 it allowed
Y'all
me
about
to
to go
meet
fuck.
Val, allowed me to meet you, allowed me to meet James, allowed me to
I'm
actually
pitching.
whatever, I don't care. Allowed me to meet a lot of people in the industry. It made me realize, like, man, I always knew our family was strong, but it made me realize our family was stronger.
Yeah. Yes. Wait.
Damn.
These are all. I gotta plug these first. And
Yes.
Then you can
All right,
have
so let's
one.
plug these beers
Wait,
and then we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
Wait.
Before
So-
Marcus starts like crying and
gonna
jerking
do
off at the
this
same
real
time,
quick.
He
plug
might
these
cry.
beers.
I'm gonna do this real quick. So, I'm a bartender at a craft beer bar, Pizzeria Paradiso,
There you go.
Georgetown.
There you go.
Shout out. Anyway, I wanted to showcase. Was there a noise? I want to showcase some local beers real quick. Dennison's Brewery, Silver Spring, Maryland. This is a red ale,
Yes.
very, very good. Big Norm Red Ale. Atlas Brewery, we already talked about them earlier. This is one of their gozas. They are gonna be canning. Thank you for that. Put it up, put it up, put it up. Silent Neighbor is coming out soon. Manor Hill, Grisette. Do you guys know about the place that has been Ellicott City that's been ravaged by like storms?
Yes.
Yes.
Support
That's
this
right,
brewery.
yes.
They need
What's,
it.
what's the brewery
okay?
name? Give it again.
Manor Hill.
Manor
Hill.
Manor Hill. Okay.
You got an address real
Oh,
fast. We got to get that out.
Do they
there.
have the Citrus Splendor? Is there one of theirs? They have one Citra IPA that I think is fucking fantastic.
Just look up Manor Hill.
Just look it up. Okay. 3 stars. Probably my favorite DC
3
brewery.
stars. Shout out to
Sorry.
Dave Coleman.
You
Dave
guys
Coleman.
are right. They're right around the corner from my house. I love them. This is one of the new beers that started canning. And Atlas again. I love them too.
Oh, speaking of 3
Oh,
stars.
Hellbender.
Brewery.
Wait, can I just say?
Yeah. Shout out.
Hellbender.
I didn't do that one on purpose. I did not do that.
No,
I did
no,
not do
it's
that.
fine.
I
It's
didn't.
fine. It's fine.
We're out of shots.
Hit yourself in the head with the bottle.
Hellbender Brewery. I don't have a can by them because they're so small that I actually got their beer in a growler to bring tonight.
What is a growler? Can you show us what a growler is?
Yeah, this is a growler. This is full of beer.
Big
we
ass
have a,
Nice.
not even made a dent in this.
Can the other Asian girl get a shot?
Yes. Hellbender is a local DC brewery, and you guys need to know more about them. They're very, very good.
We keep their Saison over at Looking
Yes.
Glass Lounge, Wonderland
Hellbender
Ballroom.
Saison is one of my
and
favorite
like,
Saisons of
over
all
at
time.
Dewdrop, like we legitimately
Shout out to
like,
Dewdrop.
Also,
Slam.
everybody
it.
stop buying beer that's not independent craft. If
Agreed.
it's owned by AB InBev, Budweiser,
Fuck those
don't
people.
fucking buy it.
Sorry, I just love.
Well, you got to get over it,
You gotta
girl.
find
We
it.
Yeah,
have
you gotta
craft
find
versions
something.
of what you need.
You drink shitty
Drink
beer.
fucking
Support
Rolling
your
Rock.
independent
pause.
businesses.
Rolling Rock is better than Bud Light.
Val. I haven't had a fucking Yingling in 2 years.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck Yingling.
Don't
Thank you.
judge me.
Okay, let's go to Boo. Boo's got a little important information.
All right, so I would like to give one more shout out to our sponsors this month, St. Atlas.
St. Arnold.
St. Arnold, excuse me.
Say she,
Sorry.
You got Atlas.
Hey, first of all, I would like to be allowed some sort of leniency at the end of the show when I've had a few drinks.
Absolutely.
To fuck up.
Absolutely.
So anyways,
Arnold.
Thursday, November 29th at 7 p.m., come on out to the Cabin Comedy. Cabin Comedy presents.
Wow.
You can do it.
Wow.
Boo's gonna start over. This is like the beginning. Boo's gonna
Rewind. Bring that
Boo's-
shit back.
Boo's
Try
gonna
again.
Bring that beat back.
Boo's gonna finish the show
Thursday,
the way he
November
started.
29th at 7 p.m., Cabin Comedy presents comedy in the Abbey.
Downstairs.
Yes, downstairs. The address is 3433 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. Come in for happy hour and stay for the laughs.
Then go
I'll
see
be
the
behind the
elephants.
bar.
Then go see the elephants because they're
I'll
right
be
down
behind
the
the
road.
bar.
Yes, once again, thanks again to our sponsor, St. Arnold's. I already did that.
No, that's
All right.
Oh, shit, my bad. There, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Cabin Comedy Presents. They have an after-party comedy event at St. Arnold's on Jefferson. Free show, Wednesday, 11/28 at 10 p.m.
That's in DuPont.
Go to www.cabincomedy.com or St. Arnold's Musclebar.com.
Yes.
So back to me. I'm gonna take us on the way out. I want to say big bank takes little bank.
Watch your mouth, fool.
Well, you're not gonna do.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh.
That was a shout out to Jamie. And he didn't.
No, that needed to be a shout out. That needed to be a shout out to one particular person. That's Ice Cube.
Anyway,
Today was a good day.
Anyone else?
actually
Anyone
was
who else who says that has no idea. What
I
the
did,
fuck
and you know how
that
happy I
means.
was to hear that the other night when you were playing it. It made me so happy.
What song?
It's
No,
one.
that-
It's
I don't
one
know.
of these.
I really don't know what song it was on.
It's one of these new kids, and I refuse to shout it out because
Someone
I
that-
played it. I played it because somebody gave me $20 to play it.
But it reminded me
But
of the
my
old.
only issue is that song comes
about
from a
NWA.
very. It's an NWA. It's
Stop,
Ice
stop.
Cube.
Stop.
Ice Cube verse.
Stop. Last
Stopping.
night, no, because I think I'm talking about the same song. Last night at St. X, the DJ played No Vaseline.
That's the song I'm
That's where
talking
it's
about.
from- but that's where it's from. But
That's
there's
the
a
song
new-
that's come from.
But there's a newer guy
there's a
doing
newer
it.
version, and that's the reason why I'm not going to shout it out.
Okay,
Really?
but that's
But
why I
it's
said to
literally
him.
Big Bank Take Little Bank, and that's why I looked at you like that because we talked about it.
But I liked saying it. And I had to say that to you. So anyway, I want to do another shout out to Brian Good.
Shout out to Brian.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My cheers.
I appreciate the absolute fuck out of this, guys. Honestly speaking, because not for nothing, I've been crying my fucking ass off.
Jamie, we love
To
you.
Love you, Jamie.
one of the best friends I've ever had in my entire motherfucking life. To my big homie, Brian Good.
That's all I got to say. Brian Good.
Brian Good.
Brian.
Rest
I'm
in
out.
peace.
Misfits,
Brian
we
Good.
love you. We're out.